Andarki namaskaramulu. Shubhodayam. It's another good day for all of us that we are continuing with Shodasa Samaskrams. Today we are going to know about Upanayanam Samskaram from our Vice President Sanatana Dharma, Dr. Visalakshi garu. We will start this program with Vande Mataram by Challa Chittibabu garu, and then Prarthana. After that, we will request Visalakshi garu to continue with her webinar. So request all of you to stand up and recite Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Subrajosna Pulakitayaminim, Pullakusumita Drumadala Shobhinim, Suhasinim, Sumadhurabhashinim, Sukhadam Varadam Mataram, Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. Now let us request Satya ji to chant Prarthana.
Namaskaram. Let's do meditation for a minute. Gananam tva ganapatigum havamahe kavim kavinam upamasravastamam jeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspata anasrunvannotibhis sidasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinamavitriyavatu. Om Shri Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Gurureva Gati Gurumeva Bhaje Gurunaiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave. Na Guroh Paramam Shishirasmi Guroh Matirasti Gurau Mama Pahi Guru. Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatika Krutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyoma Vadyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. असतोर्मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम
ధన్యవాదములండి సత్య గారు. Now let us request our speaker Dr. Visalakshi garu to continue with her webinar.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం శ్రీ గాయత్రీ మాత్రే నమః. ముక్తా విద్రుమహేమ నీలధవళ ఛాయైర్ముఖైస్త్రీక్షణైః యుక్తామిందు నిబద్ధ రత్న మకుటాం తత్వార్థవర్ణాత్మికాం గాయత్రీం వరదాభయాంకుశకశా శుభ్రం కపాలం గదాం శంఖం చక్రమథారవిందయుగళం హస్తైర్వహంతీం భజే. సర్వ చైతన్య రూపాం తాం ఆద్యాం విద్యాం చ ధీమహి బుద్ధిం యానః ప్రచోదయాత్. యో దేవః సవితాస్మాకం ధియో ధర్మాదిగోచరాః ప్రేరయేత్ భర్గయత్తస్య తద్వరేణ్యముపాస్మహే. Of all the rites and sacraments imposed on us by our Maharshis to get liberated, the best samskara for those who were born in Brahmin caste with Purusha Upadhi is Upanayanam, Upanayana Samskara. We already knew what is Samskaram. By observing these Samskaras, the existing dirt and impurities are removed and virtues will come to us. That is, virtues will be developed in us. So every day we take bath. That is, we do samskara to our body. By this, the dirt on the body would be removed. Then we apply sandalwood paste or powder or something like that. Then the beautiful fragrance, which is not there originally, would come and join on us. Similarly, by observing the samskaras before birth and after birth, slowly not only the impurities of the body would be removed, but the impurities of jivatma would also be purified. Sadgunas, that is virtues, then satvika guna, the luster and knowledge would join and improve jivatma, elevate jivatma to higher levels. By observing the 10 sacraments so far would make a person befitting to get the Upanayana Samskara done to him. Without proper knowledge, some people think that Upanayana Samskara should be done to perform marriage. But that is not correct. Upanayana Samskara brings eligibility to a person to get initiated into Veda Vidya, to acquire highest knowledge, Paravidya. One who purifies his body and mind and would be gaining divine power by daily observing Sandhya Vandana and doing Gayatri Japa would be qualified to study Vedas and Veda Vidyas under an Acharya, to observe Pancha Mahayajnas, Upanayana samskara is a must. Jagadguru Sri Adisankara Bhagavatpada said like this, Jantunam narajanma durlapamata kumstvam tato vipratat tasmat vaidika marga dharma parata vidvatvam asmat param atmanatma vivechanam swanupavo brahmatmana samstitihi muktirno setakoti janma sukritai punyair vina lapyate. Setakoti janma punyahi vina manava upadhi is not at all possible to get. It's very difficult to get this human body and be born as a human being. Moreover, it is fortunate to born as a male. Even in that, to born as a vipra and having that tradition of following righteous path, dharmika marga, to acquire scholarliness is still very rare. To have the discrimination of what is Atma and what is Anatma is still more difficult. To get self-experience and to be in the state of Brahman can be obtained only by the very meritorious people, those who acquire merit in hundreds of crores of births will have such Brahma Jnana. Otherwise, it is impossible to get a human body at all. So we have to utilize it properly and get moksha or Brahma Jnana while we are on this earth in this body. So out of 84 lakhs of living beings, only human beings have the opportunity to reform their body, mind and karmas done and to get mukti. Jnana devatu kaivalyam. We get liberated by jnana. Jnana is acquired by Shastra Adhyayana, Veda Chayana and Guru Upadesha. That would be possible by the teachings of Sadgurus whom we have to approach. So that arhata would be gained by getting this Upanayana samskara done by purifying the person with Vedic mantras, bringing the Vatu near Acharya. So Upanayana is the qualification to enter into Gurukula Vasa, we say, and study Vedas and scriptures, Dharma Shastras, etc. Why we have to study Vedas? Because Vedokhilo Dharma Moolam. Vedas are the roots of all dharmas. The aim of life can be achieved by knowing and practicing dharma. We can protect our Veda Vijnana and Vedic culture by putting that into practice. Now let us know the meaning of the word Upanayana. What is Upanayana actually? Upanayanam is formed from the root ni naya, to lead, nayati, with the upasarga upa. Upa means near, samipa. That is to take near. Near to whom and where? Near to Acharya, a Sadguru. Upanayana means to take us near Brahma Jnana and the Acharya who preaches Brahma Jnana. Because after doing Upanayanam, parents take their child to Gurukula and hand over him to a Guru to preach him Veda Vidyas and also Brahma Vidya, the ultimate knowledge. Now Upanayanam, Upa means near, Nayanam actually means eye, eyes. The eye is called as Nayanam because whatever object is seen, the eye reaches that object and thus brings that object near to us. So that which makes the faraway objects come near to us is Nayanam. And that which is near to that is Upanayanam. Upanayanam, Nayanayo Samipe. Upanayanam, near the eyes. So that is called as Upanayana Samskara, which gives us the way to gain that knowledge. By gaining which Brahmajnana, Jiva wants to get liberated and can get liberated. to gain that knowledge and thereby reaching the goal would be obtained by getting initiated into Upanayana Samskara. In the olden days, Upanayanam was performed even to girls along with boys at Vedic age. We know about many Brahmavadins and also mantra drashtas, Brahma Jnanis like Gargi, Maitreyi, Lopamudra, and so many others are there. But due to so many social causes, reasons, and the changes that occurred in due course of time, and in Kalamana Paristitulu, we say. So because of that change, nowadays they are doing Upanayanam only to boys and not to girls. Actually, for girls, marriage itself is called as Upanayanam. Upanayana and marriage both are combined to girls when marriage is celebrated. So by Upanayana, one becomes Dvija, twice born. Dvija, Ja means to take birth. Dvi means 2 times. Second time. The parents give birth to this body, Manava Upadhi. By getting Brahmopadesha, he becomes Brahma Jnana Swarupa. The body becomes Jnana Swarupa and capable of receiving Brahma Jnana, fit to receive that. So he is called as Dvija after Upanayana. Then when born again in the form of knowledge, he is to be considered by this Upanayana. So by this he gets the worthiness to be to do Gayatri mantra, Japa and Veda Adhyayana. Otherwise he will not have the eligibility to do Gayatri Japa and Veda Adhyayana. So Upanayanam is that ritual which blooms the eye of knowledge in us and leads us to Brahman. Unless Upanayanam is performed, one cannot observe any Srauta karmas. Srauta means Sruti Vihita, the karmas spoken in Vedas. So among all the samskaras, Upanayanam is considered to be most important, most sacred. Janmana jayate vipraha samskarat dvija uchyate. The boy would be enjoying his childhood till Upanayana Samskara. That is, till Upanayana Samskara is performed. After this, he becomes a Brahmachari. Brahmani charati iti Brahmachari, who moves in, then who lives in Brahman, is called as Brahmachari. He has to follow virtuous austerities. And he has to get up at early morning in Brahmi Muhurta, doing Sanchya Vandana, Agni Karya, and then studying Vedas. Then he should follow Ahara Niyama, then onwards. Then Samaya Palana, following that time as per schedule, and Guru Susrusha. He has to serve his Acharya and Guru, etc. So many, and become, they all these become very essential for Brahmachari. So, unless Jata Karma, Namakarana, Chuda Karma, Chaula Samskara, etc., all samskaras are done according to Shastras, that boy, he will not become eligible for getting initiated into this Brahmopadesha or doing Upanayana. So at the time of performing Upanayana, all these samskaras would be done once again properly as per Shastra under the name of Anupanita Prayaschitta. So it is said in Apastamba Dharma Sutras that the Upanayana samskara gives excellence to the noble human birth. Sahi Vidyatastam Janayati Tat Sreshtam Janma Sharirameva Mata Pitarau Janayataha. Parents give birth only to this body, but a real Jnana Sharira would be given by Guru, and Jnana to approach whom the Upanayanam is essential. So many of us are performing Upanayana as a compulsory kratu to be done before doing marriage. Even after being done this sublime Upanayana Samskara, they are not at all, they are neither doing some Sanchya Vandana nor doing Japa, Gayatri Japa, and are losing that spiritual power. So let all of us realize at least now the sublimity of Upanayana and greatness of Mahodkrishta Mahamantra, Gayatri Mantra. Among all Saptakoti Mahamantras, Gayatri Mantra is considered as the most powerful mantra. So we should observe and practice doing Sanchya Vandanam and doing Gayatri Mantra Japa regularly and gain invincible spiritual power. Now let us know when and which time and how to perform this Kratu Upanayana in detail. So in Apastamba Dharma Sutras, it is said like this: Garbhastameshu Brahmanam Upanayita, Garbhaikadaseshu Rajanyam, Garbhadvadaseshu Vaishyam. When the Jiva, that is the living being, enters into the womb of the mother, then onwards 8th year, that is at 7 years, 3 months time, this Upanayana ritual should be performed to Brahmin boys. That is called as Garbhashtami. Similarly, during 11th year, that is from entering into the mother's womb to Kshatriyas at 11th year. And similarly, during 12th year, from the entering into mother's womb, 12th year, Vaishyas to Vaishyas, this ritual should be performed. Brahmavarchasa kamasya karyam viprasya panchama varshe. Rajo balardinaha shashte. Vaishyasya ihardino ashtame. It is said that in scriptures that for Brahmin boys who aspire to get Brahminical luster, the Upanayana Samskara should be performed at 5th year. Then for Kshatriyas who aspire to acquire strength on 6th year, it should be performed. Then for Vaishyas during 8th year, it should be done if they want to get success here on this earth, gaining a lot of money and name and fame. Vasante Brahmanam Upanayita, Grishme Rajanyam, Sharadi Vaishyam. After the entrance of Uttarayana Punyakala, the Upanayana should be done to Brahmin boys during Vasanta Kala, that is after Ugadi, to Kshatriyas during Grishma Kala, and to Vaishyas during Sharat Kala. Especially for Brahmin boys, performing Upanayana on Vasanta Panchami day or Sri Panchami as we call, would be more auspicious. For the Vatu and his father, for both of them, Nakshatra Bala, Tara Bala should be there. Then Apastamba Sutras start with the Sutra, Atha Upanayanam Vyakhyasyaamaha, and completely speak about the procedure of performing Upanayana Samskara and how to hand this Vatu over to Guru at Gurukula. If the father is desirous of the welfare of his son and wants to make his son Aishwaryavan, possessing Aishwarya, wealthy and intelligent, then he should perform Upanayana at proper age. Now, what is Aishwarya? Taittiriya Aranyaka Veda says that Ruchis Samani Yajugumshi Sahi Sri Amruta Satam. Roots, that is Vedas, Veda mantras. Vedic hymns we say of Rigveda, then Yajus of Yajurveda, Samas of Samaveda are the property. They are called as the Aishwarya. That is the wealth. That is immortality. That is the essence of Gayatri Mantra. To obtain that, the Upanayana would be done. Through Upanayana, they are giving Jnana and Aishwarya to the Vatu. Satam Sanmargavartinam Amrita Anashta. Those who follow the Vedokta Marga, the path shown by Vedas, never get Anishta, the unwanted things. So, Metha Kama, desirous of gaining knowledge, Brahmajnana, and Sri Kama, desirous of acquiring Aishwarya, glory, worldly wisdom and worldly glory, should study Veda Vidyas. Brahmacharya Dwadasa Varshani Eka Vede Brahmacharyam Charet. Being a brahmachari, following brahmacharya vrata, the Shishya should acquire the knowledge of each Veda, studying for 12 years. So if a person wants to study all 4 Vedas, it takes 48 years time. In the olden days, they used to perform this Upanayana Samskara for 4 days or 5 days. But nowadays they are doing in 1 day, because many people they are of this computer job and they say they do not have that much time to spend even for rituals. Okay, it should be done at least for 1 full day, because as a part of this Upanayana Samskara, the priest should make the Vatu perform Agni Karya during daytime and Sanchya Vandana during evening time. So the day when they perform this Upanayana, Sanchya Vandana will be made, the Vatu will be made to do Sanchya Vandana in the evening. Then next day morning, the priest has to come and make this Agni Karya and show the Vatu how to perform this Agni Karya and Sanchya Vandana properly. So the priest should definitely come next day morning, means completely it is 24 hours time it is taking. So this Agni Karya, it purifies, not only purifies, it gives a lot of knowledge, wisdom and luster to the person who observes that. So it is called as Garbhastami. On Garbhastami day or on 8th year, this Upanayana Samskara would be done, and Vatu will be initiated this Brahma Mantra Upadesha, Brahmopadesha. Now let us know the most important points of Upanayanam. They are: first, Shubha Arambha, starting this pious ritual. Second is Vigneswara Stuti, praying and worshipping God Vinayaka. Now third one is Sankalpa. Fourth one is Kalasa Puja. Then Vigneswara Shodasopachara Puja. Upanayana Sankalpa. Jata Karma Namakaranadi Samskaras to be performed. Then Raksha Bandhana, Swasti Punyaha Vachana, Mantaparadhana, Pandiri Puja we say next. Then Agni Pratisthapana. Now here Laukika Agni Pratisthapana would be done. Then Prokshana Samskaras, different homas, Vivitha Homaha. Then 14th point, Ankurarpana. 15th is Nandi Devata Akwana. 16th, Yajnopavita Dharana. Then Nandi Devata Samaradhana. 18th is Kumara Bhojanam. 19th is Vastra Mekhala Ajinadi Dharana. Then 20th is to hand over the Vatu to gods for protection. 21st one is Navagraha Mangala Asirvachanaha. 22nd is Churnika, that is Sumuhurta. Then to keep the mixture of Jeera and Jagari paste on the head of the Vatu, that is at Sumuhurta. Then 23rd is Brahmopadesha. 24th is Gayatri Mantropadesha. Then Gayatri Mantra Visishtata. Then 25th is Palasha Danda Dharana. Then Guru Dakshina Samarpana. Next Suryopasthanam. 28th is the vows done by Vatu. Then Bhikshacharya. Matru Bhiksha is most important among these. Then 30th is Sanchya Vandana. Then Agni Karya. Then Medha Jananam. And Sadasyam or Brahmana Asirvachana, 33rd point. Thus, in this process, the Upanayana Samskara should be done. Everyone follow according to their Veda, the Veda to which they belong, either Yajurveda or Rig Veda, etc. So depending upon the Veda to which they belong, and also due to the places, Prantiya Bhedas also will be there. So there may be a little differences while performing, but mainly everyone has to do all these points they have to observe. In fact, we should know about all these points in detail, but just because everyone is aware of all these points, we need not have to discuss them. So only the important points would be discussed here. The most important points of Upanayanam we will try to know now. After getting initiated into this Brahmacharya asrama, now it is the duty of Vatu to try and observe all the rites necessary for him to observe. It is most important to do Trikala Sanchya Vandana and Gayatri Mantra Japa and Agnikarya. These three are most important, which are to be observed by the Vatu throughout his life. If Trikala Sanchya Vandana is not possible nowadays, then certainly Prata Sanchya and Sayam Sanchya should be done. The Purohita, which comes after performing Upanayanam, the priest has to come at least a few days after performing this Upanayana to the house of this Vatu, or the Vatu has to go to the place of the priest for a few days and learn thoroughly how to do for himself. Then the Paurnami, which comes after performing this Upanayanam, is also most important day for this Vatu, as he has to perform Upakarma on that day along with his Guru and start Veda Adhyayana, study of Vedas at Gurukula, starting on this Upakarma day. So that is Shravana Paurnami, we say. Then among the 33 points I gave now, only the 13th point is observing different homas, such as Aghora Homa, Chakshushi Homa, etc. Many homas are to be performed. While doing these homas, the Vatu should pray Agnihotra like this. Shretham, Metham, Yeshaha, Prajnam, Vidyam, Buddhim, Sriyam, Balam, Ayushyam, Teja, Arogyam, Dehime, Havyavahana, Sriyam, Dehime, Havyavahana, Om Nama Iti. So, while chanting this mantra, he should put the hands like this and pray Agnihotra. Hey Agnihotra, please give me Shraddha, Metha, Yeshaha, Prajna, etc. All these good qualities. This is how everyone, all of us should pray Agnihotra, Agnideva. The priest or Brahmagaru prepares the Pancha Palikas, fills with mud, makes the Yajamani sprinkle little water, pour the mud there on all 5 palikas, then sprinkle water, then pour Navathanyas, then again covering with mud, little water is to be sprinkled. So this slowly they turn into little sprouts and grow very high. We believe that if these grow very thick and high, our dynasty would shine for a long time. So they should be taken care for all these 16 days by sprinkling water, little water every day from the day of performing this Upanayana till 16th day. On the 16th day, which is celebrated as the festival, these palikas should be offered to ladies along with tambulam by the mother of this Vatu. Nowadays, they are making this mother's Vatu, Vatu's mother, offer these Panchapalikas at the time of this Upanayana Samskara itself to Suvasinis and keeping them aside. And then after 16th day, they need not have to once again perform this parentum. If they want to perform, they can perform, and they have to call the same ladies and give them, because they have to take care of these Panchapalikas. So if it is kept at parents' house only, Vatu's parents, mother takes care. So nowadays they are doing like this. During the performance of Upanayanam, the parents, especially father of Vatu, should invite the Pitru Devatas, worship them with gratitude and much devotion. By the favor of Pitru Devatas, the dynasty grows. So at the time of Upanayana and Vivaha also, we invite Pitru Devatas as Shobhana Devatas and worship them and get their blessings. Now the priest or Brahmagaru does pranayama, takes sankalpa to make Vatu wear Yagnopavita, keeps Yagnopavita in a plate and asks Vatu to worship that with Shodasa Upacharas. The presiding deities of that Yagnopavita also should be worshipped. Then the father takes that Yagnopavita and asks elders to touch it, pray God and bless the Vatu. When they touch it, that Yagnopavita becomes more powerful by the power of the sparsha, touch of elders who do Sancha Vandana and Gayatri Japa every day. So that spiritual power will be there and that will pass into that as blessing. Then the father keeps that Yagnopavita in a plate in front of him, the priest, and says the mantras along with the Brahmagaru. Like this, the mantras follow like this. Om Sri Parameswara Prityartham Mama Kumarasya Ayushyabhivrutyartham Mama Kumarasya Upanayanangatvena Dvijatva Sityartham Yagnopavita Dharanam Karishye. Then for the sake of longevity and Dvijatva Prapti Artham, I am making my son wear this Yagnopavita. Yagnopavita Adhisthana Devatabhyo Namo Namaka Dhyana Avahanadi Shodasopacharaihi Pujayami. So like that also, he has to say certain mantras and then worship the Yagnopavita and the Adhisthana Devatas. Then Vatu's parents hold the Yagnopavita, mother and father together hold it. And while the priest is reciting the mantras, put the Yagnopavita on his neck saying, Yagnopavita Dharana Muhurtaha Sumuhurtostu. The mantra recited at that time of wearing the Yagnopavita is known to everyone. Om Yajnopavitam Paramam Pavitram Prajapater Yat Sahajam Purastat Ayushyam Agriam Pratimuncha Supram Yajnopavitam Balamastu Tejaha. This most sacred Yajnopavita, sacred thread, had originated along with God Prajapati, that is Chaturmukha Brahmadeva. When he originated, when he emanated, that gives long life. By knowing this, you wear this Yajnopavita. This Yajnopavita will give you strength and luster. At that time, 3 lines of thread with 1 knot should be there to that Yajnopavita, which Vatu has to wear. The Vatu should wear it lifelong with much devotion. This Yajnopavita is the symbol of Dvijatva. It is directly goddess Gayatri Mata. So when Yajnopavita is there on the body, it means Gayatri Mata is residing on the body. So that respect and devotion and chastity should be there. At the time of marriage, again 2 such thrice 3 lines thread with 2 knots will be added to it. So total 9 pogulu, we say 9 threads and 3 knots will be there. So lifelong he should wear that Yajnopavita. So this Upanayana Samskara and marriage Samskara both show the significance of this Yajnopavita. Now in these 9 threads, 9 deities exist, Devatas, they exist permanently and protect all those who wear this Yajnopavita. The 9 deities, they are existing on this Yajnopavita, the 9 threads are Onkaraha Prathame Tantau, Dvitiye Agnis Tathaivacha, Trutiye Nagadevatvam, Cheturthe Soma Devata, Panchame Pitrudaivatvam, Shashte Chaiva Prajapatihi, Saptame Marutaschaiva, Ashtame Surya Evacha, Sarve Devastu Navame, Ichyeta Tantu Devata. All these are the Tantu Devatas. Tantu means thread. Brahmana Utpaditam Sutram, Vishnuna Trigunikritam, Rudrena Datto Granthitve. Rudrena Datto Granthir Vai, Granthihi Vai, Savitriya cha Abhimantritam. Savitriya cha Abhimantritam, which is Abhimantrita by Savitri. So God Chaturmukha Brahmadeva created Yajnopavita. Then Lord Sri Mahavishnu Stitikaraka tripled that, made it into threefold. God Paramasiva, that is Rudra, put the knots there. Mudis, we say. Goddess Savitri Mata gave spiritual power to that. By thinking of them, we get Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shaktis. The size of this Yajnopavita is exactly, it should be of 96 inches long. Normally, gods and deities are of this size. So the same size is kept to this Yajnopavita thread also. By wearing Yajnopavita and observing Deva Vratas and Veda Vratas and Brahma Vratas, a man becomes Deva, can get Daivatva. He can obtain Daivatva, and by having the real knowledge, one can become Brahman himself. So this Upanayana Samskara of wearing Yajnopavita gives the worthiness of gaining that knowledge by which man becomes Brahman. Those three on the Yajnopavita are considered as, the 3 knots are considered as Brahma Granthi, Vishnu Granthi and Rudra Granthi. By breaking them, one gets Brahma Jnana and becomes Brahman. In Nandi Samaradhana, the priest asked the father of Vatu to take Sankalpa that he is doing this Nandi Devata Samaradhana for the longevity of his son, and worship Brahmins and offers cloths and dakshina and tambula to Brahmins. As part of Upanayanam, they offer food and clothes to Brahmacharis, either 3 or 5 or 7 or 9. That is called as Kumara Bhojanam. Along with them, the Vatu also sits to eat along with his sister or his mother at some places. According to their custom, they follow this. So depending upon the pranta where they live or according to the Veda to which they belong, it is said Matra Saha Kumaram Pojayet, and says the Shastra. Similarly, Haginya Saha Pojayet is also there. So either sister or mother should sit. So whatever might be, mostly all of us follow only the sister to eat along with her, along with this Vatu, her brother. The meaning behind this custom is that till that time the Vatu eats the food along with mother, father, sisters, brothers and all, taking from their plates also, because they are all of one family. But now onwards, whatever this Vatu eats is being offered to gods and especially to Gayatri Mata. So he should eat very pious food. He should not touch any food which is touched by others. So here some explain the sentence Matra Saha Kumaram Pojayet means it does not mean that he has to eat along with his mother. The real meaning is now onwards he should know that he is eating along with Mother Goddess, Gayatri Mata, doing Prokshana along with Gayatri Mantra, he should eat. So he is eating along with Gayatri Mata. Now, so only he has to eat Satvika Akara. Now onwards, he should do prokshana, that is to whatever he eats. So sitting on a wooden plank on the ground, he should eat holy food, satvika ahara, with padisham, we say, prokshana, sprinkling of water while chanting Gayatri mantra. Now, after this Kumara Pojana, the Vatu should take bath again and wear Diksha Vastram. That is, the priest makes this boy Vatu ready to get initiated into Brahmopadesha. So, meanwhile, while this Brahmachari Vatu is taking bath and wearing this Diksha Vastra, the priest has to prepare barhis, then a water pot, kurcha, cloth, a round stone called as Sanikalurai, we say. The stick called as Danda, Palasa Danda. Then Krishna Jina, the skin of deer, and Mekhala, etc. Mekhala, which is to be tied to the waist of the Vatu. For the sake of Vatu, he has to prepare all these items beforehand. Then the priest makes Vatu perform Agnimukha, that is Agni Kriya. Agnimukha Prakriya, we say. Prakriya is the Karya which is to be done. While the priest is reciting the mantras, Vatu offers into the fire and says, Agnaya idam namama. This belongs to Agni, it's not to me, it is not mine. While chanting these such holy mantras, the Vatu presses the stone, that Sannikalurayi, with his foot. Then keeping the Diksha Vastras on that stone, after worshipping the cloths, Vatu wears them. By the Sannikallu stone, Vatu has to learn that he also should endure the cold and heat, hunger and thirst, happiness and sorrows, all dualities, and be strong as stone in maintaining celibacy, brahmacharya. The clothes are only for the mana samrakshana and not for luxuries or exhibiting the status. God Devendra Panchabhutas are to be prayed for the protection of Vatu. Brahmacharyena tapasa devaka mrityum apaknata, says the Atharva Veda. We can step mrityu, we can stop even mrityu by brahmacharya and penance. Even if mrityu has to come as per the jataka of a person, he can stop even mrityu if he has to do any most important by spiritual work, either for the welfare of mankind or for pleasing gods. If any divine work is being done, he can stop even this mrityu by this brahmacharya vrata and celibacy throughout the life. It does not mean that he has not to take marry. Even after marrying, a person can be brahmachari if he lives according to Shastras. So the munja grass grows by the favor of God Indra. And also moon and Marut gods also are the cause for munja grass to grow. So all these gods are to be prayed before this munja string is tied to the waist of this Vatu. So with the munja grass, the thread is to be prepared by the brahmachari, by the priest, and then that thread they tie around the waist of Vatu and tie at the navel. That knot should be put. This munja thread removes the diseases of the body and increases the longevity and spirituality of Vatu. While sitting on the deer skin, Krishna Jina, if we do penance, then easily we can attain Samadhi state. Deep concentration would come easily. That is why sages do penance sitting on the skin of deer. After getting Upanayana Samskara, the Vatu has to perform many yajnas, yaga kriyas. After completion of education, when he enters into Gruhasthasrama, then also he has to do several yajnas, wearing deer skin. So this Krishna Jina is to be taken care by the Vatu throughout the life. So Agnishtoma, Atiratra, Aptoryama, Vajapeya, Poundarika, Ashwametha, etc. should be done wearing only deer skin. So as indication of Yajna Nirvahana, the deer skin is made to wear by the Vatu. Also it gives sense control. Even though nowadays such yajnas are not being done, there are several other yajnas and homas which can be done by all of us. So the priest with the chanting of Veda mantras hands over the responsibility of protection of this Vatu to gods, because the Vatu has to study Veda Vidyas. Later, he has to teach them to mankind, and he has to protect Vedas. So he does benefit to the society. He performs Yajna Yaga, the karmas, and pleases gods. So he is doing favor even to gods. So it is the responsibility of the gods to protect and take care of Vatus. Thus the Vatu's protection is handed over to Prajapati, Agnideva, Chandradeva, Surya Deva, Saraswati Mata, then Mrityu Devata, Yama, then Jalathi Devata, Varuna, then Voshathi Devata and Bhumata. All these gods will take care of Vatu. Ante tu sarvamantrana hastagrahanam ishyate devatabhyah paridanam rakshanaya pruthak pruthak. Separately, he should be handed over to all the gods by naming them, calling them. When Shubha Muhurta is approaching, the priest prays Navagraha Stotras. Triveda Murtir Jagadeka Chekshuhu Virinchi Narayana Shempurupaha. Prabhakara Shobhana Hetu Puto Vatum Cheturveda Patum Karotu. When Sumuhurta is approaching, the priest recites Lagnastaka Stotras. Sumuhurta Kale Atmana Samipam Anayati. Lagnastaka Patanam Kuryat Churnan Patitva. For Upanayana, the Muhurta Bala is very important. So for performing auspicious occasions, for example, marriage, etc., we see Subha Muhurta, but for Upanayanam, the strength of Subha Muhurta is much more essential. It's very essential. And exactly on that Subha Muhurta, the mixture of Jeera and Jagari would be kept on the on a beetle leaf, and then it should be put over the Brahmarandhra place of Vatu. That mixture of Jeera Jagari has the power to bring the favor of all gods, Devatas, Anugraha of Devatas, and it has the capacity to remove the defects, and it does not allow old age to approach that person. Na jara vidyate yasmat. So because jara means old age, will not approach that boy. So it always creates enthusiasm and spirit, and it purifies the blood of that person also, and creates auspiciousness and pious ideas in mind. So by keeping this mixture on the Brahmarandhra, the petals of Sahasrara Kamala, this Sahasrara Chakra would be there at that part. The most important among all the 7 chakras that exist in our body. So that Sahasrara Chakra blooms like this while this Jeera Jagari paste is kept on that place. In Yoga Sadhana, the Kundalini Shakti, we say, the Kundalini Shakti is opened in Mooladhara Chakra at first time, then it cross up slowly, and while passing through the other chakras, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, then Ajna Chakra, finally it reaches Sahasrara Chakra and touches the feet of Paramatma, Parvati, Parameswara, we say, who reside at that place on that Sahasrara Chakra. So then the unimaginable, indescribable bliss, a sort of joy, not joy, it is the bliss, the unimaginable bliss, the fountain of bliss overflows and completely drowns all 72,000 nerves of the body, and the yogi will be overwhelmed with bliss, ananda. So that sort of bliss, this Vatu also has to experience in his life at latter stage by getting Brahmajnana, for which this mixture of Jira and Jagari paves the way. Now Brahmopadesha. Among Saptakoti Mahamantras, Gayatri Mantra is the most powerful and Mahotkrishta Mahamantra, we say. Because in other mantras, there are some Bijaksharas, but in Gayatri Mantra, in Tripada Gayatri Mantra, Chaturvimshat Yakshara Gayatri Mantra, all 24 letters are Bijaksharas. Such a powerful Chaturdasha Bijakshara Tripada Gayatri Mantra will be advised and completely given to Vatu by his father, along with Shaktipata. Shaktipata means of the power of Gayatri Mantra Japa done by the father till that time. So that Japa Phala he passes on to his son. So that is called as, in fact, the Brahmopadesha. At that time of Brahmopadesha, a very big cloth is covered over the heads of all these three persons, the priest, the father, and the Vatu, and also the Sannai Medam, we say, Mridangam, etc., the drum beating, etc., they should be played very loudly so that these mantras will not be heard by others and outside sounds will not disturb them. So among many events of Upanayana, the most important events are three. They are keeping this Jagari and Jira paste is first one. Second is Brahmopadesha. Third one is Matrupiksha. So among these three, the most important and powerful one is Brahmopadesha. So doing Upanayana means giving Brahmopadesha. So Brahmopadesha is offering the Gayatri Mantra Japa Phala along with preaching Tripada Gayatri, Chaturvimshat Yakshara Gayatri by the father to his son through Guru Acharya. When the son holds both the feet of his father and requests him to instruct Gayatri Mantra and give Brahmopadesha, then that should be given. Savitrim Bho Anubruhi. That is how he should request the father. He should request the Acharya, priest. At that time, those mantras are advised to him. Suprajaha Prajaya Bhuyaha, Suviro Viraihi, Suvarcha Varchasa, Suposhaha Poshaihi. These mantras will be made by Vatu to repeat 3 times. Actually, this is the Brahmopadesha for Brahmins. Along with this, the Gayatri Mantra will be given along with Vyakrutis. 3 Vyakrutis are Sapta Vyakrutis. After this, the Vatu says, Brahmacharya Magam. I have become Brahmachari. Then the Acharya, the Guru or the priest asks certain questions and Vatu replies. Later, several yagas are being conducted by the Brahmachari. Then the Vatu holds both the feet of Acharya, the priest, and requests him, Savitrim Bho Bruhi Anubruhi. Then the Brahmagaru preaches Savitri mantra, which is in Gayatri Chandas to Vatu. So it is called as Gayatri mantra because it is in the Gayatri Chandas. But actually the name of that mantra is Savitri mantra. So along with 3 Vyakritis, he preaches, gives that mantra, initiates that mantra to Vatu. That mantra is called as Savitri, the power of sun god. The Bharga Shakti that exists in sun is called as Savita. So it is called as Savitri. Because it is in Gayatri Chandas, it is called as Gayatri because it flows from the divine power to human intellect, from Guru to Sishya. It is called as Saraswati. It is called as Gayatri because Gayantam Trayata iti Gayatri, because it protects those who recite it. It is called as Saraswati because knowledge flows from Guru to Sishya, father to son, generation to generation. So this is called as Saraswati during evening time. Through Sara means to move, to flow. So Saraswati is that which flows from one person to other person, one place to other place and all. So it is that knowledge, the knowledge that flows from Guru to Sishyas Parampara, Guru Sishya Parampara. And it is also called, this Saraswati is the name given to the knowledge of Vidya Adhisthana Devata. Vidya means education. So it is also in the form of river, Saraswati Nadi. Because Nadi flows, the river flows, Jnana also flows. So Saraswati Mata appears in both the forms, visible and invisible forms. Now let us know the Visishtata of Gayatri Mantra, the sacredness, the importance of Gayatri Mantra. It is very essential for the Vatu and for all of us to know the greatness and importance and Visishtata of Gayatri Mantra. It is so powerful and sacred and secret mantra. So it should not be initiated to everyone, whoever wants to get it. It should not be uttered also by all, whoever just want to utter it. They should not utter. Whenever they like or in whatever they like, they should never utter this mantra because it's very chaste and powerful. Its sanctity must always be protected by everyone. It should be prayed only by those who got such upadesha of this mantra. Those for whom this Tripada Gayatri mantra is not given, they should not chant this, they should not read or recite this mantra. They can chant other Gayatri mantras such as Purana Gayatri, etc. The mantras which I already read in, that is while praying in the beginning, those 2 mantras. And they can get the same power and same luster and same wisdom and spiritual power also just by doing japa of these Purana Gayatri slokas. So those who got Upadesha should chant this Tripada Gayatri, and others can recite Purana Gayatri mantra slokas they are, which can be recited by all persons, including women and children also. Now those 2 mantras I will once again say because they are very essential for all of us. Yo devaha savitasmakam thiyo dharmadi gocharaha prerayit bhargayat tasya tadvarenyam upasmahe. Then sarva chaitanya rupam tam adyam vidyam cha dhimahi buddhim yanaha prachodayat. It is the same mantra, in fact, of Chaturvimshati Akshara Gayatri mantra, Tripada Gayatri mantra. So the same power is there, having the same meaning of that mantra, which would be initiated to that particular persons, so who deserve for it. The meaning is, I pray, actually it is I, that is all of us, whoever recites that sloka, the meaning belongs to that person. So I pray that power of sun, the Bharga Shakti, which is pervading Bhuloka, Puvarloka and Suvarloka, which is the best luster of sun, should initiate our buddhi, our intellect, my intellect, to move in proper direction. So this is the meaning of all these three Gayatri, that Gayatri mantra and these Gayatri mantra slokas. It is the same meaning. Bhanjanat Bhargaha, we say. Bharga Shakti, we said, which exists in sun. So Bharga Shakti is that power which completely burns Janma Janmantara Sanchita Karma Phalas, Doshas, Vasanas. So, which incites our intellect in proper Shreyo Marga, that is Savitri Mantra. So, this 24 letters Gayatri Mantra is called as and worshipped as Gayatri during morning time, as Savitri during afternoons, and as Saraswati during evenings. So, it is one and the same goddess called by different names. Gayantam Trayata iti Trayate iti Gayatri, which protects them who worship and recite her. Na Gayatriyaha Param Mantram Namatu Paradevata. There is no other mantra equivalent to Gayatri mantra, and there is no other goddess than mother to any living being. As soon as the Upanayana is celebrated, then onwards, the Vatu should start to do Gayatri mantra japa. Those who got Upadesha of this mantra, they, if do the chanting of any other mantra without doing Gayatri mantra japa, they will not get any merit at all. They will not get any phala or punya. After doing Sanjha Vandana and doing Gayatri mantra japa, if they do any other mantras, he will get the power of all the mantras, doing all these japa, mantra japas. So when this Chaturvimshyati Akshara Gayatri mantra is recited properly with proper accent, swara is most important. Following swara, one has to recite. Then the Shabda Prakampanas make the body very lustrous, and the mind also becomes very stimulated and powerful by the sadhakas. So it creates positive thoughts in the mind. Bring an alaukika ananda anuphuti. Such a person realizes himself, what I am, nenu yavaru, we say. So he can realize himself, and he can realize Brahman, and he becomes Atmaveta and Brahmaveta, becomes such a powerful who can control the whole universe. So such is the greatness of the power of Gayatri Mantra Japa. So real Gayatri Mantra Japa Anusthana Para got the power to control the whole universe. He himself is Brahman. He can create, sustain and destroy also. Shruti Mata says, Gayatrim Chandasam Mata, Stutamaya Varada Veda Mata. Vedas and all Smriti Granthas praised the greatness of the Mahima of Gayatri Mantra in several ways, in several mantras and slokas and stotras. Manusmriti also says, Tripya evatu devepyah padam padam ududuhat etadaksharam cha japan vyakruti purvakam sanchayor veda viprepyo sanchayor veda viprepyo, then veda punyena yujyate. Three padas, 3 lines of this Gayatri mantra are the essence of Rigveda, Samaveda and Yajurveda. Na Gayatriyaha Paro Mantraha. There is no other mantra as powerful as that is equal to Gayatri mantra. Samasta Sapta Tantubhyo Japa Yajnaha Param Smrutam. Himsaya Anye Pravartante Japa Yajno na Himsaya. There is no Himsa in Japa Yajna, but in other Yajnas there may be Himsa, a little Himsa. So Tasmat Japaha Sada Sreshtaha. Sarvasyat Punya Sadhanam Sadhanat. Evam Japaparaha Sancham Paktyopasita Yo Dvijaka Niyamena Sada Gachet Rishitvam Natra Samshayaha. So among all yajnas, Japa Yajna is the best. The Dvija who does Sancha Vandana, Sancha Upasana becomes Rishi, a sage. A sage is Rishayaha Paradarshinaha. They are Trikala Jnanis. So such power of Rishitva comes to them. Gayatri mantra starts with the word Tat. Tat means that. That means that Anirvachya, Anirtishya, the indescribable divine power. So the Parabrahman is called as Tat. The ultimate reality is called by the words Tat, Saha, Sa, Sa in feminine gender. So the Anirvachya Parabrahma Tattva spoken in Upanishads, Upanishad Pratipadita Parabrahma Tattva is Gayatri mantra. That Gayatri mantra japa phala is gaining the knowledge of this Brahma, Parabrahman. So this mantra, the Gayatri mantra speaks about Parabrahman and the mantra itself is Brahman, they say. So the transcendental ultimate reality which is immanent here and transcendental also. It is the Antaryamin. Antaryamin means it is it resides inside the whole Vishwa creation. It is the substratum of the whole universe, the Srishti. By Sanchavandana Upasana, all the sins will be burnt into ashes. The physical and mental illnesses, Adi Vyadhis, they never approach the person. Then Raga, Mohas, etc. All these Arishad Vargas, Kama, Krotha, Lopa, Moha, Mada, Matsaryas. Then the other bad evils that follow them, Ahankara, Mamakara, Aham Mama Pavas, then Raga, Dveshas, etc. Then Moha, the infatuation, they will never approach a real Anushtana Para. So whatever sins are done, they wither away and go away. And they will be washed away completely, we can say. As soon as the Sanchavandana is performed by ordinary persons also with much Shraddha and devotion, if they do this Gayatri mantra, then the sins will be removed. The impurities will leave that person. They can obtain power of God, divine power, and get liberated depending upon the sadhana. Sarabhutastu Vedanam Guhyopanishado Mataha Tapyaha Sarastu Gayatri Tisro Vyakrutayas Tatha Gayatri Veda Janani Gayatri Papanashini Gayatriyastu Paran Nasti Divichehacha Pavanam Dihicha Divicha Ihacha Pavanam. Iha means this world. Gayatri Mahamantra is the essence of Vedas and Upanishads. By the Aradhana of Gayatri Mata and Gayatri Mantra, one gets Karya Saphalata, success of the work, whichever work he undertakes. Then he gets Parakrama, Yoga, Ghanata, Jnana, Tejas, then Rakshana, Dhi Shakti, Buddhi Shakti, Dharma Nishta, Dharana, Dhyana, Spurana, Sputatva, Jagruti, Sahasa, Duradarshitva, Viveka, Niranjanatva, etc. Several Daivi qualities, Satvika Gunas, will occur to him. Then Vishwamitra Maharshi is the drashta of this pious Gayatri mantra. So Gayatri Mata is prayed with the sloka Mukta Vidruma Hema Neela Thavala Chai, which I have recited in the beginning. So that is the Dhyana sloka of Gayatri Mantra. So while doing Gayatri Mantra Japa, this sloka should be recited. Then the Murti of Gayatri Mata comes in front of us, our eyes and mind. The priest, while narrating and reciting the Sandarbha Uchita mantras, makes Vatu hold Palasa Danda, the stem of Palasa tree, which is the symbol of Jnana. Once all the gods come under a Moduga tree at long time, once upon a time. Then the Palasa Vriksha, under this Palasa Vriksha, and they discussed about Brahma Jnana, Parabrahma Tattva. So this tree also listened carefully along with all the gods who are discussing about Paratattva. So because this tree, the Vriksha, has listened attentively, it is called as Sushravaha, one who has heard with attention. Chakkaga Baga Vinnadi, as we say. And then onwards became a pious Samitha to be offered in yajnas while doing this yajna yagadi kratus in Agni. So that Vriksha got the sanctity, and so it became Samitha to be offered in fire god at the time of yajnas, because it just listened the discussion done by gods. So the tree is very pious. That is why a branch of that tree should be kept as a symbol of jnana. It should be held in hand by the Vatu, because it is the auspicious, on all auspicious occasions we use these samitas. The Vatu holds this pala sedanda while saying Shusravaka Shusravasam Mam Kuru. O Palasa tree, O goddess of Palasa tree, you belong to gods. Just as you have received the essence of Vedas, I will also receive the essence of Vedas. Please bless me. So with the blessing of this Palasa tree, the Vatu becomes eligible to gain the Brahma Jnana and becomes fit to that. So throughout his Brahmacharya, Vrata Diksha Kala, the Brahmachari must hold Palasha branch in his hand with the firm intention that he would be as strong as this stick. Then Brahmins hold this Moduga Danda, that is Palasha stick. Kshatriyas hold branch of banyan tree, Marri Chittu we say. Vaishyas hold branch of Medi Chettu. This is according to Shastras, this is said. Palasadandu Brahmanyaha Brahmanasya. Palasadandu Brahmanasya Nayagrotha Skantha Nyagrotha Skantha Nayagrotha Skanthajaha Avanyagro Rajanyasya Badara Audumbarova Vaishyasya. This is the sloka given in Gruhya Sutras, Apastamba Dharma Sutra. Now the Vatu, the Brahmachari should give a Padi Avu, we say. That is a milky cow with calf as Guru Dakshina to the priest. Now the cow is directly the form of 3 crores of gods, equal to Vedas, and sustains human beings. It feeds all living creatures. So cows are the wealth of living beings, especially human beings. The priest, after taking Godana as Dakshina, recites Omkara 17 times. Acharyaha Saptadasha Krutvopasya blesses the Vatu to live long with knowledge. The Suryopasthana is the 27th point. The priest brings Vatu outside, shows the sun god shining in the sky and says, Asavadityo Brahma. It is in Upanishads. This sun is Parabrahman. The Savitri Devata of Gayatri Mantra is that Bharga Tejas shining in the orb of that sun. In the form of sun, it is shining. And asks him to salute and pray sun god as Tachekshureva hitam purastat shakramucharat. Pashyema sharadasyatam. We shall see 100 sharats. Jivema sharadasyatam. We will live for 100 sharats. Nandama sharadasyatam. We will rejoice 100 years. Pravrajama sharadasyatam. We shall speak properly for 100 years. Ajitasyama sharadasyatam. We will live for 100 years. Jyotcha Suryam Drishe. While seeing the sun, we will live for 100 years. So, this is the mantra. Now, after this, the priest takes oaths from the Vatu. Wow. Vattu pettadamu, we say like that, promises, oaths means. So, the Vatu has to promise the Guru, Acharya, whatever for which he demands. So, then onwards, he will lead a very systematic life. He will not eat or sleep or wander here and there or talk freely as he likes. Now he will follow what his guru says. He has to ask Piksha and offer that Piksha to his Acharya, to his guru. Whoever, whatever the guru gives him, that he should eat. So every day he will do Sandhya Vandana, Agnikarya, Gayatri Mantra Japa, Veda Chena, and Piksha Vandana, Piksha Charya. Triyahametam Agnim Dharayanti, Kshara Lavana Varjanam Cha. So without Kshara and Lavana, he has to eat the food. That is Satvika Ahara. Brahmacharyasya Posha Poshane Anusishyam Vatum Guruhu Vadhamityeva Sarvatra Pritibhruyat Tato Vatuhu. For whatever the Guru says, the Vatu has to say, yes, yes, I will do. I will follow the instructions. So what all instructions the Acharya gave the Vatu accepted and said Badham. Badham means yes, okay. Then the priest asks Vatu to go and get Piksha from his mother first, then father next, and then from all elders of the family, grandmothers, parents and all, then from all relatives who come there or who came there. So, because then onwards the brahmachari has to eat what he gets as Piksha. So, the Vatu should say his pravara and ask for Piksha. Tato Gurum Mataram Anyascha Vrithan Namaskritya Piksham Yacharet. He should ask women as Bhavati Piksham Dehi and men as Bhavan Piksham Dadatu. In the ritual Upanayana, the most important features for Vatu Brahmachari are Agnikaryas, the procedure of doing them, the Agnikaryas, their meanings, then to know the meanings of all of them. Jnatva karma kurvita, they say. So while following, we have knowing the meaning, we should do the karma to practice them in life, to get Brahmopadesha, to get Gayatri Mantropadesha, to chant them lifelong, and to get the blessings of elders. These are the important points for Vatu. Now all the relatives and friends who come there to attend this Upanayana wait for Bhiksha Vandana, wearing auspicious yellow cloths, wearing a bag that hangs down from the right shoulder, called as Jole, we say, with Panchashikhas on the head, with earrings called as kundalas, and the Vatu with all such decorations shines very beautifully and looks glorious. And he starts to ask for alms, the Piksha, holding both the ears with both the hands putting crosswise. The Vatu says his pravara fully and asks for Piksha, starting with his mother first. His mother should give Piksha with a silver bowl. That silver bowl goes to the Guru, the priest. The Brahmachari should get Piksha from families and has to give it to his Guru. Then what the Guru gives to Sishya, he has to take that. And if it is food, he can eat it. As a symbol for that, the Piksha given by the mother would be taken by the priest. After that, whatever would be given by other members, either family members or relatives, can be taken by the Vatu or his parents. The priest should teach the Vatu to tell his Pravara correctly with proper pronunciation. Suppose his Gotra is Haritasa, suppose his name is Aniruddha, then he has to say, Chetusagara Paryantam Go Brahmanebhyaha Shubham Bhavatu. Angirasa Ambarisha Yavanashva Triyarsheya Pravaranvita Haritasa Gotraha Apastamba Sutraha Krishna Yaju Shakha Dhyayi Aniruddha Kumara Sharma Ahampo Apivadaye Bhavati Phiksham Dehi, then Bhavan Phiksham Dadatu. Thus, everyone should say their rishis and their names. The Matru Bhiksha got not only that significance said above, but it is that Bhiksha which prepares food to the Vatu, lifelong food to the Vatu for his whole life. So that bowl with which the mother gives Bhiksha should be of a little good quality, and which would bring, it becomes food for the child in his future. So they should take a good bowl or a silver bowl, and fully it should be completely filled with rice, overflowing. It should not be taken as half. Only a few grains of rice should not be poured in it. It should be fully taken and then be given. So after giving Matru Bhiksha, mother puts a gold ring with a stone to the finger of her son. That ring should be given by him to his wife after his marriage is celebrated. On the first night, it should be given. So afterwards, all the elders give Bhiksha to Vatu. Those who are aware of Shastra, then they bring rice from their houses and they give Bhiksha to that Vatu, because their Bhiksha they have to give to Vatu, not what taking from Vatu's parents. When a Brahmin boy's Upanayana is celebrated, then only Brahmins must attend that Kratu. Brahmins can give Bhiksha to a Brahmin boy. So they should invite only Brahmins to that Upanayana. It is not proper to invite other caste people and not accepting their Bhiksha. That is to insult them, which brings sin. So they should not do like this. For the Upanayana of a Kshatriya boy, Kshatriyas and Brahmins can give Bhikshas to Kshatriya boy. Suppose a Vaishya boy, then for Vaishya boy, he can take Bhiksha from Brahmins, Kshatriyas and Vaishyas, but he should not take from others. So these are the niyamas given in Shastras. If anyone wants to celebrate Nandikeswara Nomu, they can do it at the time of Upanayana. After this Bhiksha Vandana, a good food should be served to all the relatives come there with Panchapakshas. It is the duty of the priest and father of the Vatu to teach him how to do this Sanchya Vandana. Once the Upanayana Samskara is done, then onwards every day Vatu has to do this. The three main important features of Sanchya Vandana are Arghya Pradana, Gayatri Japa, and Suryopasthana. They are important among this Sanchya Vandana. Some others say that even mudras are important. The greatness and importance of Arghya Pradana is given in Vedas. A certain Mandeha Rakshasas, they did penance and got boon from Prajapati Brahmadeva to fight with sun god. By the power of that boon, they afflict sun god every day from morning to evening. But the water purified with Gayatri mantra got the power to stop the power of those Mandeha Rakshasas. So Gayatri mantra mantrita jalas work as Vajrayutha on them and throw away the demons to a far off distance. The demons again try to approach sun god, At that time, if any human beings perform Sandhya Vandana and offer Arghya to sun god, those waters will drive away the Rakshasas. That is why Trikala Sandhya Vandana should be done by the persons. Again, we should offer Arghya to sun before these Mandeha Rakshasas approach sun. That is why all the followers of Sanatana Dharma should do Trikala Sandhya Vandana and offer Arghya Pradana to sun god. And others can recite other mantras, and they can also just pour water thinking of God, sun god. So the timings to do Sandhya Vandana are Pratha Sandhya Vandana from early morning Arunodaya to till the orb of sun is fully seen on the sky. During afternoon Matyahnika Sandhya Vandana, 10 minutes before Abhijit Lagna to 10 minutes after Abhijit Lagna, or 15 minutes or even half an hour here and there also we can take. Sayan Sandhya Vandana to do from the time of sunset, when sunset starts to that time when stars are seen on the sky. So till that time they can do. Suppose if anyone could not do at this proper time, they can do a little later also. Elders say better late than never. So suppose anyone could not do Sandhya Vandana once or a day, they can do Prayaschitta of doing Sandhya, this Gayatri Mantra Japa extra, or by offering one more Arghya Pradana. Gayatri Mantra Japa should be done with Anganyasa and Karanyasas. As a part of Sandhya Vandana, after Arghya Pradana and Gayatri Mantra Japa, the Vatu and everyone, whoever are doing Sandhya Vandana, those all should do Namaskaram to Sun God with Upasthana mantras. Then turning to all directions, they should do Namaskarams to all the gods, Digdevatas. Then they should salute to all the Maharshis who reside in between Ganga and Yamuna rivers. After the Upanayanam, at least for 3 or 4 days or 5 days, someone should do the Vatu or about all the teach about the procedures he has to observe every day, starting from Sandhya Vandana, Agni Karya, Mudras, Samit Homas, and also Parishechana while eating, offering ahutis to the god inside. After Agni Karya, this Agni Karya is over, the parents should arrange for Sadasya, Veda Mantra Patana, and Brahmana Asirvachana. Mostly in all our rituals, we request Veda Panditas and Ghana parties to do Veda Parayana, and we honor them because they give us Veda Ashirvachana. So after this Veda Parayana, the Veda Pandita should be honored with fruits, flowers, then Tambula, Dakshina, and cloths. The last event in Upanayana Samskara is Metha Jananam. This is also called as Palasha Karma. This Metha Janana Karyakrama should be performed at the root of the Moduga tree, which is there either at the eastern side or north side of the villages. Nowadays, if it is not possible, then they can get the branch of Moduga tree, or the branch which is used by this Vatu also can be kept, plant it at the north side of fire, kept in Homakunda, and do that puja. This should be performed on the 4th day of Upanayana normally, but suppose one day Upanayanam, during evening time it can be done at the end. This should be certainly done. So during this worship, Vatu should invite Pranava Devata, Omkara Adhisthana Devata, then Shraddha Devata and Metha Devata with the mantras, while the priest is reciting them. Then after Shodasopachara Puja, Naivedya should be offered, and then Harati and Pradakshina Namaskaras also should be done. And pray gods to give good intelligence, capacity to speak perfectly, get good education and knowledge. Now after this puja is completed, then the priest removes the Raksha Bandhana from the hand of Vatu and leaves that at the root of the tree, that Palasha tree. Now the Brahmacharya Vrata Diksha starts to Vatu. This is the procedure of Upanayana Samskara, which is very sacred, by which the Vatu enters into Brahmacharya Ashrama. By observing the duties of it, he gains the knowledge. We do Upakarma as part of this Upanayana Samskara. This Upakarma is that karma which is done at the time of sending Vatu to Gurukula for Veda Adhyayana. The brahmacharis who want to start Veda Chena will perform certain kratu along with their acharya. That karma is called as Upakarma. This Upakarma should be performed on the morning of Shravana Paurnami. That comes after the performance of Upanayana Samskara. Even nowadays, after Upanayana, parents are making their children, the son, to do Upakarma on Shravana Paurnami day. That comes after Upanayana. Shravana Paurnamasyam anena prakarena kuryat. On that day, they should change their Yajnopavita. Shravana Paurnami is considered as Jantyala Paurnami, we say. On that day, everyone changes Yajnopavita.
Sorry, Visalakshi garu. Idi inka, if it is going for a long time, people are leaving. So can we do it tomorrow?
Continue this Upakarma tomorrow?
Yeah, it's better we continue tomorrow because people are leaving. They'll be missing it.
1.5 page is there. Only 7 minutes.
People are supposed to go for office. They'll be missing this important item. That's what I was.
Listen, only 1.5 page and it takes hardly 5 minutes. Only it is in the middle. So we can complete it.
It's up to you.
On that day, they should change this. On Janjala Paurnami day, they have to change the Jancha, that Yajnopavita. So on this day, everyone changes Yajnopavita. On Paurnami day, the moon shines with 16 kalas, Shodasa kalas. On the same, in the same way, the Vatu should also shine with perfect knowledge. Acharyaha Sishyai Saha Nadyam Snatva Darphasana Asinaha Darphan Tharayamana, etc. The mantra continues. The Acharya, along with Sishyas, takes bath, gets darphas and sit on seats made with darphasanas and start to do certain worship starting with Ganapati Puja. They should take a sankalpa that their education of Veda should be completed without any hindrances. At the time of Upanayana, the priest tells Vatu about Vithi and Nishedhas, the duties to be observed by the Vatu. Here the Acharya once again reminds Brahmacharis about their duties and makes them worship Navakanda Rishis, God, fire, Agni Devata, Vishwe Devatas, then Sangha, Sagumhi Devatas, Sagumhiti Devatas, then Yagniki Devata, Yajna Sambandha Devatas. Then after completing the full procedure of Acharya or the priest, the priest blesses brahmacharis or vatus and gives blessings. Then he takes them to Gurukula along with him. With Agni Sukta, Om Agnimile Purohitam Yajnasya Devam Ritwijam Hota Aram Ratnathatamam. With this mantra, the Veda Chaina starts. So, Upakarma is now completed. In our Sanatana Sampradaya, elders start to teach reading and writing with Aksharabhyasa Samskara. Then to begin to Veda Chaina, they celebrate Upanayana and Upakarma and send their children to Gurukulas. The Sishya serve Guru, consider Guru Patni as mother, study the Vedas and gain Vedic knowledge, and also study the Shastras by Sravana, Manana and Nidhichasana. Gain knowledge and being permitted by Guru, they offer Guru Dakshina to the Acharyas. Then they leave the Gurukula, go to their houses and enter into Grihasthasramas. They start Gurukulas and start teaching what they have learned. By Guru Sishya Parampara, the Vedas should be preserved and protected. Our Sanatana Dharma Tejas should be protected by all of us. With the chanting of Gayatri Mantra, everyone should uplift themselves and uplift others by spiritual knowledge. Our Sanatana Dharma should shine well with Brahmi Tejas and Kshatriya Tejas. Protect our Bharata Desha and all Bharatiyas and all human beings and bring peace and harmony to the world. Swasti. Swasti Prajabhya Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhya Subhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti.
కళ్యాణ్ బాబు గారు మీరు అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోవాలి ముందర. రైట్.
ఓకే, ధన్యవాదములండి విశాలాక్షి గారు.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
So now let us see some chart questions.
I think before that people are leaving, so let's finish Pradhana and then people have questions but they have left. So how do we manage or postpone the questions for tomorrow?
Yes, we can.
Kalyan Babu garu.
Whatever the speaker says, that is correct.
But actually one more extra day I need, then we can clear the doubts and questions also we can take, because this Upanayana marriage samskara is almost 1.5 time of this Upanayana. So that more, one day I cannot complete. Tomorrow Veda Vidya, the instruction given by the Guru, or if we skip that completely, Taittiriya Upanishad, that Upadesha, but it consists a lot of valuable advices which are to be given by the master to the Sishyas. So it's very essential. If one more day is there, we can complete it leisurely. So,
Okay, what we do,
day after next.
Visalakshi garu, can we plan, this 1.5 hour lecture to 1 hour 15 minutes of lecture and then 15 minutes of interaction, so that any important urgent questions by people can be
Yes, yes.
addressed immediately. You know, whatever you are, bridge it and plan it that way, so that this question will not come again.
We can finish Pradhana and then start questions. Let at least people who are there, who are
No,
they may have to go to jobs.
You see, we are not taking question answers today, as
Right.
he was telling.
Right.
We will take it on Saturday.
Then we go to Pradhana.
Then if she permits, then we will go for Prarthana and Janvanma. Okay, yeah. Then I will request Satyaji to do Prarthana.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति.
ధన్యవాదములండి సత్య గారు. Now let us recite national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा। विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे। गाहे तव जय गाथा। जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद
जय हिंद।
जय हिंद।
ధన్యవాదాలు అండి చల్లా చిట్టిబాబు గారు.